The challenge of long-term thinking. Why we struggle. We frequently encounter situations in our daily lives where long-term planning feels like an uphill battle. This struggle manifests in numerous ways, impacting our personal well-being, financial security, and even global progress. We might consistently put off important tasks that promise future rewards, opting instead for immediate comfort or entertainment. Consider the temptation of an impulsive purchase, offering momentary satisfaction at the expense of savings for a significant life goal. Or the difficulty in consistently adhering to a fitness regimen or an educational pursuit, despite knowing the profound long-term benefits. These common experiences lead us to a fundamental question. Why do humans inherently struggle with long-term thinking? The roots of this challenge are deeply embedded in our evolutionary history. For much of human existence, life was primarily focused on immediate survival. Our ancestors operated in environments where the present moment dictated everything. Their key survival priorities revolved around the most pressing needs. Finding food for the day, avoiding dangerous predators, and securing immediate shelter were paramount. These were the challenges that demanded their full attention and cognitive resources. There was little necessity for planning far into the distant future. The concept of saving for retirement or mitigating the long-term effects of climate change simply did not exist. Life was precarious, and the present held overwhelming importance. Our brains evolved to prioritize immediate threats and rewards. This fundamental hardwiring, developed over millennia, often clashes with the demands of our modern world. A significant part of our struggle stems from inherent cognitive biases. These are mental shortcuts our brains use to make quick decisions, often unconsciously. While useful in many scenarios, they can derail our ability to think long-term. One prominent bias is known as present bias. This causes us to overvalue immediate rewards and pleasures while heavily discounting future consequences. We might prioritize the instant gratification of a sugary treat over the long-term benefits of healthy eating for future health. The immediate desire often outweighs the distant outcome. Another powerful cognitive bias is optimism bias. This leads us to believe that negative events are less likely to happen to us personally. We might underestimate our risk for health issues or financial hardship, delaying preventative actions. This belief fosters a false sense of security regarding future challenges. Loss aversion also plays a critical role. Research shows that we experience the pain of a loss far more intensely than the joy of an equivalent gain. This bias can make us hesitant to take risks that could lead to long-term gains or to make changes that involve a perceived immediate sacrifice. The fear of losing something now often overshadows the potential for greater future benefits. Beyond our biology, the modern world itself is expertly designed to offer constant opportunities for instant gratification. We are surrounded by temptations that reinforce prioritizing the now. This constant availability makes it even harder to delay gratification. Examples of instant gratification sources are ubiquitous. Fast food offers immediate hunger satisfaction, online shopping provides instant retail therapy, and entertainment streaming delivers endless amusement at our fingertips. These conveniences, while often benign, train our brains to expect quick rewards. This continuous reinforcement of immediate pleasure strengthens the neural pathways associated with prioritizing the present. It subtly diminishes our capacity to engage in the sustained effort required for long-term objectives. The allure of the present moment becomes increasingly powerful. Modern technology further amplifies these inherent human weaknesses. While offering incredible benefits, technology can inadvertently exacerbate our struggle with long-term thinking. It creates environments that cater to our desire for immediacy. The impact of social media is particularly pronounced. A constant stream of notifications, likes, and comments provides regular dopamine hits. These interactions train us for instant rewards and validation, further reinforcing short-term thinking patterns. Our attention spans are increasingly fragmented. targeted advertising skillfully exploits our cognitive biases. Algorithms learn our preferences and present irresistible offers, encouraging impulsive purchases. This constant barrage of tailored promotions makes it harder to resist immediate desires and stick to long-term financial plans. Furthermore, we contend with information overload in virtually every aspect of our lives. The sheer volume of data and distractions makes it incredibly difficult to focus on long-term objectives. Sustained concentration on a single goal becomes a challenge amidst the digital noise. The continuous stream of new content, urgent notifications, and endless choices diverts our attention away from the deeper, more complex efforts required for future planning. Understanding why we struggle with long-term thinking is the first step toward improving our capacity for it. We've explored the profound influence of our evolutionary past, which hardwired us for immediate survival. We've examined the pervasive nature of cognitive biases that skew our perceptions of time and value. We've also recognized the powerful allure of instant gratification in our modern world and how technology further amplifies these tendencies. Knowing these factors is crucial. It moves us beyond simply blaming ourselves for perceived lack of willpower. The first step towards improvement involves recognizing these inherent biases within ourselves. By understanding how present bias or optimism bias might be influencing our choices, we gain a measure of control. Self-awareness is a powerful tool for change. The second step is acknowledging the external forces that shape our behavior. The design of our environment, from marketing strategies to technological interfaces, often subtly encourages short-term thinking. Being aware of these influences helps us to navigate them more consciously. Empowerment comes through this knowledge. When we understand the underlying mechanisms, we are better equipped to make more informed decisions. This awareness allows us to intentionally counteract these innate and external pressures. We can then choose to act in alignment with our long-term aspirations. There are practical applications that emerge from this understanding. We can learn to set more realistic goals that incorporate our natural tendencies, rather than fighting against them constantly. We can develop strategies to resist impulsive choices by creating friction or implementing deliberate delays. Ultimately, this understanding enables us to prioritize our long-term well-being with greater effectiveness. By acknowledging our human limitations and the environmental pressures, we can consciously work towards building a better future, one informed decision at a time. This journey requires patience, self-compassion, and a commitment to ongoing learning.